Henry Bartle Frere was a divisive figure in South Africa, particularly for his advocacy of the South African Confederation under British governance, a stance that alienated both colonial and local populations alike. Despite strong oppositions from local officials and Boer leaders, Frere remained resolute in his push to consolidate British authority across the region. Inspiration in forming such a confederation possibly came from Canada, which had reacted to constant military raids from Irish immigrants, known as the Fenians, along the American border. Canada didn't just unify, but also greatly reformed their military to help handle the brief, but no less troubling, border crisis between them and the United States. Ever since Frere's arrival in 1874, this South African Confederation, while not his idea, became his primary objective. After all, he was anticipated being named the first governor of a unified South Africa under British dominion. On his desk sat a letter, a report from Sir Henry Bulwer. He read it and wrote a brief response, waving the incident off as Bulwer had. Frere and many of his fellow British colonists never liked the Zulus, thinking them the primary obstacle to British dominance in the region. That, and the Zulus were considered nothing but warmongering, backward savages on all fronts, including their culture, military, heritage, and even the color of their skin. These three incidents, along with minor skirmishes along the Natal and Transvaal borders, convinced Frere that the Zulus were the root of the problem. The Zulu army represented the greatest threat of peace and prosperity in South Africa, and thus the primary wall stopping Frere's ideas of a South African Confederation. Even the Boers, who were the loudest opponents to British governance, feared the Zulus more than they feared Anglo intervention into their sovereignty. Frere re-examined the dispatches sent from Henry Bulwer and began writing back with renewed interest. Summoning his staff and servants, he resolved to travel from Cape Colony to Natal and address the situation personally. His servants then prepared his luggage, and with a high-class horse-drawn carriage, Frere embarked on a journey across the South African plains toward Natal.